So at end of the day teaching, when I have makeup under my eyes and tired hair, I start thinking of funny stories. So I have one more. I started teaching in the early to mid 90s, and I taught full day kindergarten, and I had a little boy that he cried every day, and I had to take his hand and bring him into the classroom. And for those of you that don't know, as soon as a child doesn't see the parent anymore, they stop crying. But it's heart-wrenching to have to guide the child in the classroom away from that parent, and the parent feels awful because it happened with my own children. So this child cried in the morning at drop-off until mid-October. That's a long time. But eventually he was just happy all day long and happily said bye-bye to daddy. And we had a great year. And I would get letters from him. I think he wrote me a letter in 2nd grade, and he wrote me a letter in 4th, and then he wrote me a letter again in 6th. And that was, the 7 years that I taught in this district before I left to get married and move down where my husband owned a place. And I was just renting. And so it made sense. But this little guy was so happy with me. And he was the oldest of 5 children. And so I always wondered why I didn't have the other 4, because they were all a year apart. Well, my 7th year in this district, that was the year I ended and then moved to get married. I get a message from the secretary telling me that this parent has called me. And this is what she says. Are you ready? So, my son always had headaches when he was with you, and we blamed you. We figured it was because you were so awful, and that's why he cried so much every morning. Yeah, she said that. And then he had headaches through the next few years, but she didn't say it wasn't me. She just kept going. And now that he's in 6th grade, we finally found a neurologist that figured out what was wrong. And he has benign brain tumors. They're going to remove them just to give him comfort, but I just wanted you to know. So, God forbid any of you out there have a sick child, or are in this situation, or plan to have children someday. I'm going to give you some advice. If you blame your child's teacher for an ailment, and then find out that they are not the reason, please don't call them years later and tell them that. That's the kind of thing that you keep inside your head. I didn't need to know that she felt that way about me. Yep.